Welcome. In this session, I'll talk briefly and in a simplistic way about the anatomy of the eye, and that could be understood by anyone who is interested in knowing more about their body or eye. So, eye or the eyeball, as we say, it is a spherical structure. You can see here it is basically a spherical structure that is located inside the orbit that has four walls. You can see the four walls of the orbit, and inside it the eye is located. But when we see from outside, you may consider it as a square structure, but actually it is a pyramidal structure. This is, we are looking the eye from the side of the head. You can see here it is somewhat a pyramidal structure. So when you look from the front, you will see this part. It is this part which looks like a square, and when we go backwards, it becomes like a pyramid. So that is about the orbit, and you can see all these brown structures in this diagram. These are all muscles that help in the movement of the eye. So it's good to know that there are muscles that help in the movement of the eye, and there are mainly six muscles that aid in the movement of the eye. Now, as you all know, the eyeball is covered by a curtain that is called the eyelids, and it protects the eye from excess light, injuries, etc. Now, the eyeball is made up of three layers. So, if you take the eyeball and start peeling one by one, you can get three layers, and the same thing is shown in this picture. You can see the when you look in the outside, the eyeball is white in color, with this part that's a different transparent layer. And the same thing, if you can imagine, this is the eyeball that is opened from above, and here you have that same white layer, and this white layer is the sclera, and the that is the first layer, and the second layer, that is this reddish layer, that if you peel open the sclera, you will see the uveal tissue. I'm just mentioning the name, and inside the uveal tissue you will see one more layer that is called the retina. You need not think that all these colors are for real, it's just for illustration purposes that is given. But the most common health condition that you people or all of us would have heard is about conjunctivitis and cataract, right? We'll talk about cataract in the next session. So conjunctivitis, from that you can get a word called conjunctiva. Conjunctiva is also actually a layer that is covering the eye, and it is a translucent layer, and it covers the whole of the eyeball over the sclera except the area of the cornea. So this transparent area, this area, except the white part in the eye. So you can see here all around the eye is white, and just this part is somewhat different, that is transparent, and you can see the internal structures through that, and that transparent part is the cornea. So the conjunctiva is a translucent layer, you can see through that, and it covers whole of this white scleral part except the cornea. I have said about the sclera and the cornea. You can see the 5/6 posterior 5/6 part of the eyeball is covered by the sclera outside, and the anterior 1/6 part is covered by the cornea. So whenever you visit a doctor or something, if he talks something about the cornea, you can know, yeah, this is the cornea. And if he talks something about sclera, you can know this is the sclera, by chance. So that when you know about the structure, you would structures, or when you know more about your body, you will be more responsible in taking care of something. Most people in most part of the world, and especially in India, the literacy is somewhat very good, but the health literacy is somewhat backward. Or there are a lot of jargons in health, or people might think you may not understand even the basic things. But these there are many people who understand all these things, but I'm trying in these videos to make other people understand about the basic things that is in our body, the basic body parts, the basic functions of the basic body parts, and so that they can be more responsible towards their health. And again, the second layer is uvea, as I told. Inside the sclera, if you peel open the sclera, you will see the second layer, that is the uvea. And if you peel open the uveal tissue, you will see the third layer, that is the retina. And just a side note about retina, the retina does not cover the whole of the uvea. That's just a thing. But the important thing is retina is the light sensitive part in our eye. The light from outside falls on the retina, and the retina contains the light sensitive element and the nerve fiber, and from the retina information the visual information is transferred to the brain via this structure. This is the optic nerve. If you see in this, you can see this is the eyeball. Inside the eyeball, you peel open the sclera, you get the uvea. You peel open the uvea, you get the retina. From the retina, this optic nerve, this yellow thing is the optic nerve. This yellow thing is the optic nerve, and you can see it exiting this pyramid through this hole, or foramen, you can call it. Foramen is the term for a hole. So you can see it exiting and it is going to the brain, and that is called the optic nerve. So this optic nerve is transferring this information, this light information, visual information to the brain. Actually, eye alone cannot interpret anything. You have to try take that information to the brain so that the brain can interpret what we are seeing. So that is the basic purpose that is being served by the optic nerve. So this is about the layers of the eyeball in short. And if you think I have missed something, you can comment that. And in the next video, I will talk about the structures which is inside the eye, and I will talk about how a light would start from outside and reach retina. Thank you.